Hi, welcome, Leo. This is your weekly forecast for December 26th through January 1st. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to connect and see what messages are coming up for the Leo Collective. Keep in mind this is a general reading, therefore not every single message is going to resonate. And that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. So without further ado, we're going to connect and see what messages are coming up here for the Leo Collective. Leo Sun, Leo Moon, and Leo Rising. I felt like that was a double card. It's not. All right, move you all just a little bit closer. And the first card that's coming up here for the Leo Collective is the Knight of Wands. This could be you and your beautiful fiery energy. Knight of Wands is definitely fire energy. Knight of Wands can be a card that's coming up when we're dealing with a situation that things are being expedited. Things are happening more quickly, or we're finding ourselves in a situation where we're having to make a decision much sooner than we were planning to, right? Like maybe you're like, oh, I'm going to move in 6 months, or I'm going to look for another job in 30 days, or like whatever. Like you have this time frame in your mind when you're going to do something, but then Knight of Wands can come up when things are happening much sooner than anticipated, and now we're having to move forward on something sooner than we were planning on doing it. This could also be an opportunity that's coming up, and we're being offered this opportunity, but we're not being given a whole lot of time to decide. There's a very brief window here. Like, you got to let me know in the next, couple of days, or like it's something that you don't have a really long time to ponder. And so we get scared that we're going to make the wrong decision because we think we don't have enough time to think about it. But really, all you need to do is weigh the pros and cons and gather information as much as you can. And then you're going to make the right decision for you. It's not always about how long we have to think about something. We can make a good decision in a short period of time by gathering information and weighing the pros and cons. So you might be having to make a decision on something sooner than you had anticipated. Sometimes there could also be ultimatum energy with this. Maybe you're giving somebody an ultimatum. Somebody may be giving you an ultimatum. I feel, Leo, something is happening where somebody may be giving you an ultimatum, but this ultimatum is making you feel like, well, then you don't have good intentions towards me. Like, if you're going to put me in this situation, or if you're gonna like push me in this way, like I think you're viewing it as like you don't really care about me, or like you don't really love me, right? Or you aren't thinking about me and how this is affecting my situation or my family. You're putting your needs above mine. So I feel somebody might be giving you an ultimatum that you feel like it's showing you their true colors, or it's giving you a better understanding of exactly the amount of respect that they have or don't have for you, or like a sense of selfishness. It's like you feel like it's revealing this person's true colors. The next card that's coming up here is the Wheel. So you might say, you know what? This is what I think of your ultimatum. Bye. You might decide that you're moving on to something else, that you're moving on to something new. The Wheel card is a card about cycles, and it's time to come into a new cycle. It's time that we're going in a new direction, or it's a time that we're moving forward when we see the Wheel card. So a lot of the times I do see this card come up in a situation where we're being told we have done everything we can do in the situation, and it's time to move on. It's like the universe is telling you, look, whatever could be done, you've done it. Whatever you were supposed to learn, you learned it. Whatever karma you had, you paid it. You're in the clear. You don't owe the situation anything. You're free to go. You don't have to stay in the situation. That being said, I feel like with this ultimatum some of you are receiving, you're feeling like it's over the top. You're like, I've done so much already. I've jumped through so many hoops already. I've already, proven myself. So to have this come on top of everything else, it's extra. It's too much. I'm done. I'm out of here. I've already given to the situation. So I feel like you're fed up. You're tired of somebody. You feel like the situation is too demanding. They're wanting your soul after everything you've already done, and you're like, my soul is not up for grabs. So you may be deciding that you're disconnecting from a situation and moving on, moving forward, but the wheel makes me feel like it's going to be a big shift. It's going to be like a big jump. So if you would be leaving a job, you're not just leaving a job for another similar thing. You may be saying, I want to do something that's going to make me happy. I want to do something that's going to light my soul up with joy. And so you may be going into pursuing dreams. You may be going into a career change, or going into like a different field. Keep in mind, we're coming out of the new moon in Capricorn, and the new moon in Capricorn is awakening us or alerting us to our dreams and our desires, but also helping us connect mentally with how to make them a reality, how to make it happen in real life, and how to approach the situation. So it's not like you're leaving one job for a similar thing. Or if you're leaving a relationship, you're not just leaving a relationship to just kind of do nothing, or to just kind of go with somebody who just happens to be there. You might be deciding that you're leaving the relationship and you're doing some adventure in your life. You're doing something really big in your life. You're like, oh, I'm not tied down. I'm going to really take advantage of this. I'm going to do something really big. Maybe you're planning a big trip. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you're going and doing things, knocking things off your bucket list, But a sense here of like, I feel that when you leave the situation, you're going on to like really big things. The next card that's coming up here for the Aries collective is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is stepping away from drama, moving away from drama. You've had enough of the drama, and now you're coming into a time of peacefulness, inner peace, disconnecting from the noise, disconnecting from the chaos, going somewhere where you can hear yourself think and decide what you want to do, checking in with yourself. And so there's a sense here also sometimes of travel. Six of Swords might be taking a vacation or going on a trip. Some of you have heard me say this in previous readings. Over the years reading for people, I've seen it happen time and time again with the Six of Swords. I've seen it happen in my life more than once when I've pulled it for myself, and I've seen it happen with different clients several times over the years doing readings for other people. Six of Swords comes up in my readings sometimes when you're going on a trip, like you're deciding to go on a trip, but then all of a sudden, very unexpectedly, that trip turns into a relocation. You could go overseas, you could go to another country and meet somebody, and they end up being the love of your life, and you end up getting married to that person and making a life in that country. You may go visit a friend somewhere and be like, oh my gosh, this place is so cool. And then all of a sudden things line up, things fall into place, and you're moving, you're relocating. Like a job opportunity opened up, a perfect place to live opened up. I've seen it happen time and time again. So you might be going on a big trip or doing something really big, and that may be turning into a relocation, a dramatic relocation, like a whole different way of life, a whole different place. I feel for some of you, you've been in a very restricted environment. Maybe you grew up in a really small town where everybody knows everybody, and so you're like always kind of like very cautious of what you're doing, or you don't want people to talk, or maybe you grew up in a very strict home where you weren't able to do a lot of things. And so I feel there's aspects about yourself and your life you felt you've had to stifle. But those of you who are manifesting this relocation, it's like you're getting a whole new start, and you're going to be able to be yourself completely. And so it's like you're away from the watching eyes, the criticizing eyes, the gossipers, So I feel there's a sense of like being able to be you, being able to be free, being able to live life. That's the feeling and the vibe I'm getting here from this Six of Swords. The next card coming up here for the Leo collective is the Five of Cups. Interesting. We have all this positive stuff, And then we have the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups comes up when we might be feeling disappointed in a situation. Something did not go the way that we had hoped. Something did not go the way that we had planned, and now we're sad about it. But Five of Cups is saying the situation's not as bad as you think, and there's a lot of good that's come of it. So, in this way and in this sense, I feel, Leo, that once all of these things are happening, you may be going back to that ultimatum and you're feeling like it's unfair, but you're missing out and you're failing to see what a blessing it's been for you. Maybe these things happened very unexpectedly. Maybe things got set into motion much more quickly than you were anticipating. But in all actuality, the wheel tells us it was time for it to happen now. So don't lose sight of that and trust in the timing. And don't lose focus on the blessings that this has brought you. There could be a matter of ego. Like, it could be that it's triggering your ego. Like, how dare this person? How dare this person say this to me? Or how dare this person, put me in this position? Or, you might be feeling in some way that you've been slighted or you've been wronged or insulted. And the Spirit's saying, hold on now. Pay attention. Take a moment. Look at all the good things it's brought you. And enjoy the good things that it's brought you. Don't let yourself get pulled into the ego of how dare this person say this or do this or change my plans. Like, a massive gift has come in. I almost feel a Four of Cups vibe around this Five of Cups. So trust in the timing and trust that these are good things that are coming your way. Some of you, the Five of Cups, you may feel like somebody has made a decision very suddenly and they've just kind of taken off and you're feeling hurt and slighted in the sense that you feel like they made decisions without consulting you or they made decisions without telling you. Maybe your best friend is like relocating, or your best friend is doing something really big, like all of a sudden they're getting married or something, and you're like, where is this coming from? Or this is all so sudden, or they didn't think about how I'm gonna feel when they move away, or like you're feeling hurt. Some of you are feeling hurt by a sudden decision or a big change somebody close to you is making in their life. And you might feel like, how dare they do this? Or like they're moving on, or like they're leaving me behind. They're not moving on. They're not leaving you behind. They're living their life and they're accepting opportunities. It doesn't mean that they don't care about you or that they don't love you. And allow this to inspire you to ask yourself, what do you want? Allow this to inspire you to do the same for yourself. Some of you are feeling left behind by somebody. And Spirit is saying, do not take it personal. If anything, allow it to inspire you to go and get your version of it for yourself. You might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. There is a link in the description that will take you to the scheduling page, to calendly.com/amethystangelite. If you'd like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a playlist to watch the other videos, also the 2023 forecasts. If you haven't checked out your forecast for 2023 yet, be sure to do so. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous week ahead. Bye, my darlings. Take care and be well.